evening, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Go Power Rangers. I'm sorry, I'm very excited about this review. This is Hunter here, losing his voice. And I'm here with Scott. Scott, how you doing, my friend?
Mm, uh, you know what time it is, right?
Is it Morphin time?
It sure is. That's how I am.
and
I'm
it, and I'm here, and we are here with a special guest, known as having the biggest dick in Pismo Beach. We're here with Kyle. Kyle, how you doing, sir?
You mighty muffin Power Rangers.
Fucking nailed it, bro. Nailed it. But we we yeah. So full disclosure here, I'm sick as hell, and I'm on all sorts of Nyquil right now. So we're gonna power through this review before I pass out. But so Power Rangers. So to kind of dive in here, so I've done Kyle since I was 12, and I remember we both talked about Power Rangers quite a bit when we first met each other. That in basketball, because we both have a love for the game, as it were. And Power Rangers is one of those things I've loved for really as long as I can remember. So I'm really curious how how this movie was going to play out and how they were going to go ahead and kind of make it quote grounded unquote. So Power Rangers, of course, has been a global phenomenon as long as I've been around. As long as I've been fucking been here. I still remember probably five of the most nerve wracking episodes I ever watched of anything was the Agreeing with Evil storyline where Tommy
Oh
sho-
yeah.
where Tommy shows
hmm
up at Angel Grove and he you find out that Rita has him under spell and he just beats the shit out of the Power Rangers for like four episodes straight and then the fifth episode they get it together. But yeah, as a kid that was fucking nerve wracking just seeing the Power Rangers get just destroyed the way they did. And there's a point I remember they lose their Zords, and I remember crying when that happened. Like the Zords like disappeared, and I was like the Zords, like my mom had to console me and shit. Like I love Power Rangers. I actually think I watched until uh Dino. I think it was Dino. I think it was maybe it was Dino Turbo that I just Dino Thunder. I went, all right, I'm done. Like I watched it till I was probably around 15, 16, so I kept up with it. So
Boy, and they tried to milk that too, didn't they?
oh, dude, it's still around, man. They have it. It's on Nickelodeon now, I think.
Are they
Yeah,
really making new ones currently?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah,
Wow.
dude.
yeah.
That
If you check Netflix, has like so many different Power Ranger series. It's crazy.
I need to get into that.
you know,
Yeah, the original they have too.
yeah, it's funny because I actually went through and rewatched the Green with Evil storyline when I got back on Saturday from seeing the movie. I just went, you know what? I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna start watching this again. Uh, so let's jump in here. So really the premise of this movie is that Bryan Cranston, who plays Zordon, which I never fucking thought I would say those words, he was the original Red Ranger, and this starts in the is it the Cenozoic era, I think. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
yeah. So basically, you find out that Zordon is the original Red Ranger, and that oh, by the way, full spoilers on this because we're gonna have to get into full spoilers. So we're
Oh,
we're
it's already past that. There's a spoiler for you.
yeah. Well, that's like the first 5 minutes though. We're delving into everything. So if you have not seen this
Yeah.
and you don't want to be spoiled, don't listen to this right now. Go see it and then come back. We'll be here. But but you find out that the Power Ranger team from that era has been defeated and tricked really by Rita Repulsa, played by Elizabeth Banks, who we will get into, who was the original Green Ranger. And so Zordon basically uh, takes the Zeo crystals and makes sure that the power coins and makes sure that they're underground so that they can be discovered by new rangers. Jason, who's played by I'm gonna butcher this motherfucker's name. I'm sorry. Dacra Montgomery, and then Naomi Scott, who plays the Pink Ranger. Um, Louis.
Hot.
Wait, what?
Hot, of course. They had to make the Pink Ranger hot.
Well, of course they did. Yeah, come on, Kyle. Ludi Lin, who plays Zack the Black Ranger. Becky G, who plays not related to Ali G, but Becky G, who's plays Trini, the Yell Ranger, and the motherfucking standout for me, R.J. Seiler, who plays Billy, the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna jump into this. I will say I enjoyed this quite a bit without giving away my review. But for me, whenever the movie had lulls, R.J. Seiler, who of course was actually Scott in one of my favorite movies of a couple years ago, Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, and was in Vice Principals, which is a great show. Uh,
Yeah, me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. That was a great movie.
yeah, I really like this dude, and he's on the as the kids say, on the come up, and I really enjoyed it. I know that's your old Uncle Hunter being hip, but I really I will say this was not the train wreck that I was expecting it to be. If that makes sense.
We were not optimistic about
We
this
were
movie
not.
going into it.
No.
If you go just scroll down in your SoundCloud and go listen to the Power Rangers review of the trailer,
yeah.
and we were not getting our hopes up for this movie.
Yeah, so Kyle, I gotta ask you because I know you've been a big fan of the show. What were you expecting going into this?
Yeah, so basically I was a huge fan of the show like as a kid, and I just watched like the original series mainly, and I kind of remember the movies too, but I couldn't really tell it to you what happened or anything, but I remember a lot of the storylines and whatnot. And I was kind of surprised okay, I watched kind of the old show on Netflix, like just a few episodes, and they kind of explained the whole movie that happened right now in just one episode of the old show, so that was kind of funny.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, but yeah, I was pleasantly surprised as well. Like it kind of followed that same. It was like there was some cheesy lines for sure.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's just like I thought it was kind of cool with this movie how the kids like discovering their powers. It was very foreign to them. I thought they did a good job about that and building up to Morphin and whatnot. I thought in the television show it was comical, like how fast they just like, oh yeah, we can do these crazy ass fucking things and transform and shit like that.
Oh no, thank you so much for bringing that up because I went back and watched the first episode. They know how to morph the first episode. Like it's not even a thing. There's like it's morphin time. I was like, wait a minute, what? Never mind the fact you've got these powers that have been like around for millions of years. Oh, you just know exactly how to morph like the first time around. It's like okay, so that was.
And I loved it, like this Zordon. He was such a dick compared to like the other
Yeah.
Zordon. He's in a lot more understanding of the Rangers if like they didn't perform as well. This one was just like, you'll never fucking be a Ranger. I loved it.
It almost reminded me of like Back to the Future. It was like, yeah, like a McFly has never made anything of themselves. Like I was late to school once. What the fuck is your problem? Like that's like Zordon is. You're right. He is an asshole in this. So he's like, wait, he's like the power coins pick these teenagers. Like you might as well said these Negroes. Like you might like the way.
Yeah, you might as well have just said that.
Yeah, he might as well have just 5 black teenagers. God, clearly come from single homes, but and, I sorry, the NyQuil's kicking in everybody, but so I gotta say, Scott and Kyle, you luckily didn't have to see this, you lucky bastard, but this reminded me of what Fantastic Four clearly was going for. Like I was sitting there the whole time thinking, oh man, when they went with that Fantastic Four like gritty reboot, this is clearly the vibe they're going for. So there's some serious moments in this, and it made Rita Repulsa, played of course by Elizabeth Banks. It made her scary to me. It's almost like a horror movie with her when she pops up. It's like god damn. And Kyle, of course, you know this from the original series. She would always usually send monsters or putties or whatever down to do her dirty work.
Right.
There's this scene with her and Trini that I sat there and went, God damn! Like she throws this bitch into like a wall, and, like into a window,
Yeah.
like
like honestly, like there was points where I'm just like, fuck, is she gonna like kill one of these Rangers? Like she's so much more powerful than they are. Like they're just discovering their powers. Like I thought it was kind of cool in that way, you know.
Yeah, this was darker than I expected it to be, and this is one of those rare times where, they clearly know this is very campy. I mean, they're very aware of that. Oh yeah, did anyone else find it really funny that what's his name, um, David Dimon, aka Roy from The Office, was playing Jason's dad? Did anyone else catch that, or was that just me?
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I could pick that up.
Oh, so Roy picked up and moved from Scranton after Pam Beasley broke up with him, and his son happens to be a Power Ranger. That's how I read it. Honestly, I think
And he's got like a southern accent too.
yeah, I think the Power Rangers and The Office are all taking place in the same universe, but uh, but I do want to not rant but compliment R.J. Seiler, and this is something that even from the original TV show that always kind of made me laugh is that not laugh, but you, Billy clearly has autism, even if you go back and watch the original show. And no, seriously, go back and watch it because I watched a couple episodes and I went, yeah, he clearly has
Hunter,
autism.
he's gay. He's not autistic, Hunter.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Are those characteristics non-exclusive from each other? God, he can like to suck dick and be autistic. Right? God, don't limit the guy, Kyle. You fucking asshole. But
Hey, I'm not the one who said it, Hunter.
but oh god, we gotta get this review before I pass out. But but R.J. Seiler, I thought he was the MVP of this movie. Anytime they needed like a heartfelt moment or even a laugh or really anything, it felt like they turned to R.J. Seiler and he really just stepped up and said, like, don't worry, I got this, and he knocked his performance, I thought, out of the park. And if there is a complaint, I think that there's 5 Rangers you have to establish. It's almost like R.J. Seiler and Dakra Montgomery, Jason. It's almost like it's their own one, like 2-person play for the first 20-ish minutes or so, and then they have to interject the other Rangers, and it feels a bit disjointed, I will say, because they have to interject those other 3 people in, but I still enjoyed what they did. Scott, your thoughts?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. As I was watching the movie, I was thinking, oh, they're just gonna throw these other couple people in here, and we're not even gonna find out about them. But you do end up finding out about them, and I appreciate, like, that's really my biggest compliment to this movie is that most of the time with these kinds of movies where you just throw a bunch of money at the CG and the graphics, like you just completely neglect character development or plot or whatever. But they they spent like a good like half to 2/3 of this movie like without even any like serious like fighting or morphing or anything like that, and they just like went strictly on character development, which I loved. And walking out of the movie, I was like, that that is not an easy movie to make. Like
No, it's not.
if you're given this role as like a director or writers, like you when you look back, like the original is just it's silly. Like
What? How
it's just
dare you?
it's amazing. I love it for everything
Oh
it
yeah,
is, but like
definitely.
it doesn't hold up. Like it's I don't know, like the how they just the extra motions they always have and the sparks that always fly whenever they jump into a place, and like it's just way over the top. But it like to really make it a normal kind of movie seemed like really like a challenge, and I think I love this movie. This is my I was walking out of that movie theater and I said, this is my Pacific Rim of 2017.
Oh wow.
I I
Okay.
I love this movie. Like I had part of it had to do with my low expectations going into it. I didn't think it was going to be very good, but um it was funny. Like they made fun of themselves. It was like they were able to balance that really well. And like there's a point in this movie, we're doing spoilers, that uh Rita kills Billy, and like it's a super emotional scene
Dude,
that I did not expect.
I lost
I
my
didn't
mind
expect
doing
that to
that.
be in this movie. Like, yeah, like they really bring it home, and I love how Kyle already mentioned this, but they don't just like automatically just start Morphin. Like if they just like it's a development and they have to work at it, and it's like it's a real origin story, and I really like that about it. Now, who knows what happens from here? Because I think the weakest part of this movie was probably like the end when like I think the graphics were okay, like towards the end, and like it was they had some cheesy moments, and you could definitely pick those apart. But it was just it was cool to see like the Power Rangers as like a badass movie and a good movie. I was pleasantly surprised.
So before I throw it back to Kyle, I will say, Elizabeth Banks, I thought she straddled the line, if to be that line.
Yeah,
But make me morph. But I think that Elizabeth Banks did a good job straddling that line between being sinister and then being like cheesy, if that makes sense. Like she was right on the line the whole time. And there's a scene in this jewelry store where she just kind of fucking snaps, and you went, "Oh shit." So before I throw it back to Kyle, this movie was doing so well for me. I was sitting there thinking, "Oh my god, they're just knocking this out of the park. Holy shit, it's gonna be a fan fucking tastic." And then they bring in this plot about Krispy Kreme, and I went, "God damn it, you were so close to getting a fan fucking tastic." And it's like the movie it's the Golden State Warrior of movies in the sense that it's so good, way better than has any. Whoa, God, my voice got high there. Way better. Sorry, way better than it has any right to be. And then the last 25 minutes, it just kind of goes. It doesn't plummet, but there was some stuff I went, damn it, you were so close, and it just kind of not folds because I didn't even hate the last 20 minutes, but it's not as good as it should have been. Kyle, your thoughts?
Well, as for the Megazord,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Zord,
Yeah. You got it.
Megazord,
Megazord. You got it,
yeah.
baby.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was kind of disappointing for me, just because the Megazord in the '90s was just like awesome. How it combined like all their colors and like it had like their function, what they do. But I thought that was like the only kind of letdown for me. I thought Goldar was pretty badass.
Okay, I'm happy you brought that up because
Yeah.
I think we're gonna actually disagree on this because I thought Goldar looked like just like a candle that you leave running for like 8 hours. Like it just looked. I thought the effect was pretty shitty, but I love the fact that with the Megazord, because if you go back and watch the original series, it seems like Jason is just controlling the Megazord, and everyone else is just almost there as like human props. But I appreciate the fact that they had to, he had to yell like, "Hey Billy, you need to move forward now to block."
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no, I didn't mind
that was
that, but
great.
as far as like looking wise, just because I remember the Megazord, the original one, and
That's fair.
yeah, yeah, just looking wise, not in like function. In function, it was perfect. Like I
Yeah.
like
But
that part.
I totally agree with you. I would
Yeah.
say the same even about Alpha 5 too. Like I was
Oh,
not
Yeah,
a huge like
let's get to him
like
played by
that was
Bill Hader. So
I
go.
love Bill Hader, but he that was seemed out of place. Like he was too
Really?
like chipper, and like I was not like the biggest fan of him.
yeah.
But I that kind of leads into like the whole like the CG of it all, and like there could have been some parts to improve upon. But I say for me, the icing on this cake was when they're fighting and Megazord just like backhands Rita like out of the universe.
Okay, so
I was like, okay, this is great. Like they don't take it themselves so seriously to where they're still having fun with it, but like it's still like really cool. Like that's throughout the whole movie they had kind of that fun humor about it.
it's
Oh,
funny.
definitely.
No. Go ahead, Kyle. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Hunter. Actually, you're fine.
Um, so it's funny you bring that up. This movie has two of the most epic bitch slaps from dudes in like that I've seen in so long. So there's this point where in a pretty dick scene, this like bully. Oh, by the way, no Bulk and Skull. What the fuck? Come on, really? No Bulk and Skull? I was a little irritated by that, um, but Jason steps up to this bully in detention, and he's fucking with Billy, just in a really mean way. And I was like, this dude's already autistic. He has his colored pencils. Leave him the fuck alone. And like, what the fuck, dude? And Jason slaps the shit out of him. I went, oh my god, that was awesome. And I saw this at like 1 o'clock on Saturday after doing mimosa brunch, which was classy as shit. But that moment got like a huge woo from everybody in the theater. People,
Yeah.
yeah, and he just slaps him down. So when you see the Megazord slap Rita, I went, I laughed really hard. And that, and after, and that actually ties into the whole the whole lyrics of even the TV show. Was it after 10,000 years I'm free, so now they can have maybe Lord Zed discover her, which is what I would write, but that's neither here nor there. So
Well, I hear they're planning 6 movies, right?
yeah, 6.
Yeah, the
they are
Saban
all
says
in.
they have 6 on. Yeah,
They are all in on Power Rangers, baby. They're like, we're not even waiting.
Yeah. So I went to the opening showing on Thursday night. It was like a 10 p.m. showing.
Okay.
And there was maybe like 25 people in the theater. Not a lot, but a good amount. And they all really enjoyed it. Like I could tell, like everyone really liked the movie. So
totally. Yeah, I was just gonna say that my theater like applauded at the end. I was like, oh damn, like this is great. And there's a couple African American gentlemen behind me. And they were like through whenever Billy would come on, he'd say something funny. We'd be like, oh shit, that dude's hilarious. And so like everybody was enjoying it. That's my black voice.
Okay, yeah.
That dude's hilarious.
Billy's choice of T-shirts were A1. I gotta say.
They
really
were, and I'll tell you right now, I was laughing so hard at points in this movie. There's a scene to totally contradict what I just said, where they camp out, like kind of in like the area that the command center is at, and they really kind of dissect each character. And I thought that was so well done. I mean, yeah, it's cheap because it's quick character development, but the way they really humanize each character, I had to admit, I sat back and went, wow, this was really well done. And something about Trini, played by Becky G, that I appreciated, is that they allude to the fact that she's at least bi, if not gay, and that her parents are super right wing, which, whenever you make fun of super right wing people, I always laugh. But I genuinely appreciate the way that she kind of went. She felt like an outsider even with these powers, like if not more so with these powers, and the fact that Rita visits her. I really enjoyed Trini's character. I'm looking forward to getting to know her better. And you're right, Kyle. Kimberly was hot because the Pink Ranger always has to be hot. Speaking of that, Amy Jo Johnson and Jason David Frank show up in cameos. The original Pink and Green Ranger show up as cameos during the end, big boss battle, and that made me so happy. Just as a Power Ranger nerd, it's like, oh my god, look, it's Jason Tommy, yeah, like, or it's Tommy and Kimberly, whatever, Jason Tommy.
Yeah.
That's my secret fantasy. Is Jason Tommy, but
That's like Harry and Hermione instead of Hermione and Ron.
yeah, exactly. Ooh, I wouldn't mind that. Shut up, but you're right though. I genuinely was so. This was way better than it had any right to be. In my grade, I will fully acknowledge it's influenced by that, because me and Scott and Colin, we love you and we miss you, buddy. Stop being. By the way, Colin. The reason Colin's not on this podcast is because he decided to do his best Pitbull impression and become Mr. Worldwide. He's all in London and shit. So Colin, Colin, get back and do your job, you fucker. But sorry, go ahead.
So international.
seriously, Colin's like, oh, fuck this podcast game. I'm going to London. Son of a bitch. But I wish I was in London. But before we get to our final thoughts, Colin, Jesus Christ. Okay, NyQuil. Scott, go ahead, man. Kind of throwing it back to you.
There was right when the movie started. I mean, there's a few funny moments throughout that like kept it going, but it starts off with their couple guys. They're pulling a prank, and they put a cow or what they think is a cow in like the locker room, and he's like one of the guys asked the other one if like he's like I milked it, and he's like you milked it like. That's a guy. He's like, and he puts his hand around like a flashlight.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, yeah, I had to use 2 hands. I was like, okay, all right, this is gonna be good. But like, just the way that they were like didn't take themselves too seriously. I really loved how they like accessed their little base or whatever, or the headquarters. Like I thought that was really interesting and creative, and had them like discovering their powers and like running around. I thought that was really cool. This went way over and above what it should have been, and what most movies end up being like with that bring to life movies like this or shows like this. They're usually dog shit without any plot or anything. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Kyle, throwing it back to you, sir.
Yeah, I think this can be the next great franchise, honestly, if it just picks up steam. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna watch the next one for sure. Like, if they stand up to this quality, like I'll watch them all for sure. For sure.
Oh, by the way, did you guys stay for the end credits scene?
Yeah, with the Green Ranger.
Yeah, okay, so I will tell you right now, I marked out like I would in a Marvel movie. So they cut back to the school, and they're like, "We have a new student join detention, Tommy Oliver," and I was like, like I won't even lie, I lost my shit. I was like, "Oh my god, Green Ranger's coming!" Like, so I'm so excited. I saw that, and oh man, I was so happy. I was hitting the back. I was hitting my knee like hell yeah. Like I'm so excited, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how they go with the Green Ranger, as far as the power base and everything. So I'm pumped for these. I won't even lie. Like I told you, I went into this with very low. Me and Scott both, I would say. I think I can speak for Scott. We went in with really low expectations, and we expect this to be, let's be honest, poo. And it might help that I just watched finish Iron Fist. By the way, fuck you, Marvel. How the fuck did you fuck up Iron Fist? Sorry, but I enjoyed this so much, way more than I expected to. So I would give this a solid A- for me. I left the theater excited about Power Rangers, which I can't believe I'm fucking saying in 2017. So yeah, A- for me. Scott, your final thoughts and your grade, sir.
Totally agree with everything that you said there. It definitely helps that I had low expectations that affecting my grade wise. Just one of those movies going into, you're like, that would be really cool if they actually made a good movie, good one of these. And because it did, I was like, yay! Something like that. Yeah, you really said everything I need to say on this. I would give this a solid A. I really enjoyed this movie.
Okay. And on to our guest, Kyle. Your final thoughts and your grade, sir.
Yeah. Final thoughts. I'm excited again to be Power Rangers. I want my balls to go back up like into my dick. I want my dick to shrink. Go back to a 7-year-old penis, like when I last loved Power Rangers, and I felt like I was 7 again. It was really cool, like going back to the theater, and and I was wearing my Mighty Morphin Power Rangers shirt. I got it on eBay like a couple months ago in anticipation of this movie.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think A minus. I think that's a great grade. I think there's room for improvement for sure,
I
but
agree.
I thought a great start like to a film franchise. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's really funny when a Power Ranger movie is better than a Fantastic Four movie or a Batman v Superman movie in 2017. Th- so I do want to give credit to the director. I swear to God, this is his name. Dean Israelite. I swear to God, that's his name. I'm not making that up. Which would be a great porn name, by the way. But he did Project Almanac, which came out a couple years ago. It was actually a pretty fun little movie. So
Which
I'm
was his only other movie that he's directed besides shorts. So that's impressive on its own.
right. So
Wow, interesting.
yeah, so kudos to him for being able to do a damn good job with something that people really love and establish it as well as he did. So yeah, kudos to you, sir. I'm excited to see where you go going forward with this franchise, and yeah, I think it's in good hands. Tommy, Green Ranger, that just gets me. Are we gonna get to see the Dragon Zord? Oh my god! But guys, what did you guys think of Power Rangers? Let us know in the comments below. You can follow yours truly on the Twitter at JHunterRealPineapple. You can follow us here on SoundCloud at the Real Pineapple 775. You can follow Mr. Scott Neerman on Twitter at.
Newman the first.
You can like us on Facebook at the Real Pineapple, and you can follow our special guest host Kyle here on Twitter at.
KLP 443.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. Assuming I don't die in the next couple days, I will have a solo review up for Chips, which I'm not looking forward to if I get a chance to see it. And then Ghost in the Shell, which comes out this weekend. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Peace.